The opposition style of the two presidential candidates. France. The political views and opposition policies of the two presidential candidates promise to bring the country in two distinct ways. Rounding out a 2017 presidential election ended with the victory of the radical left Marine Le Pen and moderate Emmanuel Macron. With a relatively low margin of support, 21.4% and 23.9%, respectively, the two candidates have a completely opposing opposition stance and standpoint, promising to place French voters in front of the choosing difficult for the political as well as economic future of the country, according to Le Monde. The development of populism and protectionism with Marine Le Pen. Marine Le Pen is the daughter of Jean-Marie Le Pen, the founder of the French National Front, FN. In 1993, she began her political career as a member of the FN but was unsuccessful. In 2012, Le Pen ran for president for the first time and third in the first round with a relatively low 17.9%. However, given the fact that her protectorate populism is thriving in Europe, the French right-wing extremists increasingly gain the support and trust of voters. More than 2 months before the election, FN leaders were expected to reach the second round of the anti-immigrant view, according to analysts in the Daily Matin newspaper. The recent incidents of terrorism have continued. In the case of power, Marine Le Pen will limit the amount of legal entry into French territory to 10,000 people each year, compared with about 200,000 people over the past 10 years. Similarly to refugee rights, Le Pen wishes to grant asylum only for justified cases. Named as Donald Trump of France, Le Pen's campaign platform always considers the interests of the French people above all else. The extremist French politician has always expressed his opposition to the EU's unity and has pledged France to step out of the bloc if elected. In her view, EU unity as well as globalizatio is no different from slavery, slow and stagnant. On the economic front, Le Pen is likely to take tough protective measures including holding a European summit to renegotiate joint treaties and seek action space, especially related to the euro. French politic leaders frequently claim to want to depreciate the euro to revive the French industry. The euro is a big obstacle to the development of the French economy, Le Pen said. The French presidential candidate also wants to focus on national priority programs through measures such as giving priority to social housing for French citizens, maintaining a 3% tax on imported goods, and apply the new compulsory labeling for products made in France. The last significant change in the case of Le Pen's victory was the imposition of taxes on all subjects. In 2016, only 50% of French people have to pay income tax with a total annual tax amount of €72.3 billion. Specifically, Le Pen wants the personal income tax amount distributed to 38 million people. Freeway with Emmanuel Macron. Emmanuel Macron, 39, is the youngest candidate to enter the presidency of the 2017 French presidency, and is also the only candidate not yet qualified to run for election. Mr. Macron served as economic secretary and investment banker Rothschild & Co. He left the government and started the En Marche movement from 2016. In contrast to Ms. Le Pen, Macron has an open-minded approach to immigrants and is committed to resolving asylum claims within 6 months. He praised the role of German Chancellor Angela Merkel during the migration crisis and believed that France should act more to solve the problem. According to Marco, France must continue to play a central role in the EU alliance, strengthen cooperation with its neighbors, and more cohesive membership of the Eurozone will benefit the EU in general. In addition, the former French economist has taken a stand for economic integration and strongly opposed the restoration of border lines between European nations. He suggested that the French economy could become more competitive if it moves towards globalization and free trade. On the domestic front, the leader of the En Marche movement is committing to exempting all kinds of taxes for those with minimum wages, eliminating sickness insurance premiums and unemployment insurance paid by employees. Mr. Macron confirmed that priority would be given to education and especially to elementary schools. He wants schools to be more autonomous and abolish the only primary system for the whole country. Macron's idea is to help schools in disadvantaged areas gain more qualified, experienced, free pedagogic and paid teachers. With a mild and liberal view, the former French economy minister is backed by the majority of right-wing and leftist politicians, including two candidates, Benoît Hamon and François Fillon, along with many European leaders. According to the Euractiv.fr website, in the second round, Macron is likely to become the Élysée boss with 62% of the vote, which means that Marine Le Pen has only 38% of the vote. However, there are unforeseen factors that will affect the outcome of the second round, which is the security situation over the next 2 weeks and the quality of the first debate between polar candidates. Possession of a neutral candidate takes place on 3/5, expert Di Emilio said. In my opinion, these two candidates have solutions to bring France forward. The French people have the wisdom of the vote to choose the right person. Thanks for watching. See you in next news about election in France.